Hi, Professor Rothschild. My name is Shen. I am the psychologist of Will team. Here is my assistant, John. Come here. Hi. I'm going to speak about this young and very talented man. I met Will Hunting for the first time when I saw my friend, the Professor Lambo, a mathematician who earned the Medal of Fields, which is as a Nobel Prize for the mathematician. The professor told me that this man has some troubles, but he can become the greatest mathematician ever. I noticed quickly that Will had something special. He was suspicious, arrogant, he didn't want to speak about himself. So, he started to work in my office, look at my books, and ask some questions about my painting. When he saw that I was indifferent to all those comments, he began to speak about my personal life. He spoke about my wife that I lost. Even if I had a lot of experience, this man was different. He succeeded to upset me, and then it was the end of the lesson, and we didn't speak about him. Then I understood that he has many talents to escape of complicated situations. He's accurate, assertive, and direct. But I also understood that if he didn't want to speak about himself, it's because he didn't feel comfortable with that. Later, I discovered that he's closer, sometimes aggressive and sarcastic. Will is accurate. Accuracy is defined as the best way to explain your point correctly and without any mistakes. Will has always the ability to express his opinion clearly and accurately. It is difficult to prove that he can wrong. I'm going to tell you an example that a friend of Will told me. At the Harvard bar, Will's friend tried to pick up a girl, and then his boyfriend started to spread out his knowledge. Thus, Will intervened to protect his friend and explain economic facts clearly and accurately. Also, he came from Harvard, the boyfriend was unable to answer. Will stated an author like would drastically underestimate the impact of social distinction and all the economic blah. You got that from Work in Excess Country, page 421, right? Do you have any source of your own or the subject, or you're just going to plagiarize the whole book for me? In this example, Will can cite the page of the book as well as specific information. This ability can help explain his next positive characteristic of being assertive. Assertive means being self-assured and confident, but without being aggressive. At the Harvard bar, after Will explained the economic point accurately, he became assertive by saying, "You see, the thing about a man like you is in 50 years, you're going to start doing some thinking on your own, and you're going to come up with the fact that there are two certainties in life. One, don't do that. And the second one is you drop $150,000 on an education that you could get for $1.50 at the library." In this example, Will shows assurance. He gives the impression to know what he says and tells it with confidence. Moreover, he didn't give any order or threaten someone. Thus, Will is assertive and not aggressive. In this example, Will tells also what he thinks without caring how the interlocutor will interpret the information. This is the next characteristic that we will see. Will is a direct communicator. Those kind of people tend to say what they think, and they didn't try to hide information. When Will had his first meeting with me, he dared to speak about my life and discover my problems. He got the information quickly by saying, "Maybe I married the wrong woman. That isn't it? You married the wrong woman? She left me?" So he's capable of everything, but he has also some negative characteristics. Will is closed off. He is not comfortable when he must speak on a public place in front of an audience, or when other people give interest to him or opening to others. Will doesn't want to become famous, having notoriety. For instance, when Will solved a mathematical problem that no students of MIT could do, he decided to hide the truth. Will is also aggressive. That means he can verbally or physically abusive. Will listen carefully the content of what people say and what kind of person his interlocutor is. He likes conflict, provoking people and blaming others instead of owning his issues. The first psychologist he met has been attacked by Will on his homosexuality. First, Will said that he hid his book, he did it to create a little bond. Then, he became sarcastic and not serious. He finally spoke about the psychologist's homosexuality in an aggressive way, as in this example. Do you find it hard to hide the fact that you're gay? So, being aggressive puts the psychologist in a very delicate situation. But Will enjoyed it because he's sarcastic. Sarcasm is the use of remarks that clearly mean the opposite of what they say, made in order to hurt someone's feelings or to criticize something in a humorous way. Will is a sarcastic person who likes to make fun of people. For instance, when another psychologist asks him if he feels alone, if there is someone who challenges him, Will answer in a sarcastic way. Shakespeare, Nietzsche, Frost, O'Connor, Kant, some famous people, but they are all dead. This shows how sarcastic Will is. Will is an atypical person with an outstanding IQ and some trouble owing to his past. He is able to express his opinion accurately with assertiveness. Being direct allows him to create quickly relationships with people because he tends to say what he thinks often in an explicit way. However, Will doesn't trust anyone. He's suspicious, and that makes him closed off and sometimes aggressive. He has also difficulty to speak about himself, and to avoid it, he becomes sarcastic. Thus, to conclude, Will is a very good orator who can get out of complicated situations, but his lack of confidence toward people prevents him to become even better. Thank you for your attention.